Hello. Are you a homeowner looking to sell in the next year or so? Today, I'm diving deep into a critical decision many sellers are facing, choosing between offering title insurance and a real property report with compliance.
Hi, my name is Catherine Ta, a trusted, award winning realtor since 2010, helping homeowners navigate through the buying and selling process with confidence with my customized step by step plan catered to each client. Wherever you are in your journey, let's connect and create your personal plan today.
Now, let me ask you, if I gave you two choices, which one would you choose? Providing an RPR with compliance, where you have to have surveyors come out to the property and provide you with a report, and then you taking that report and sending it off to the city for compliance, or two, just simply providing title insurance, which is done by the lawyer and is a few $100s cheaper. Sounds like an easy choice, isn't it? Well, let's dive a little bit deeper, and you'll see where that problem lies. While it might seem tempting to save money and skip the RPR process, there's significant drawbacks to consider. So in this video, I'm going to explore why opting for title insurance might not be the best choice if you're looking for a stress-free sale. Okay. Now, let's first understand why a real property report with compliance is a standard practice. It's written right into our contracts for a reason. It ensures that the property's structures, additions, developments comply with local regulations and zoning. This helps prevent potential legal issues and surprises for both the seller and the buyer. Um, Title insurance might seem like a quick and cost-effective solution, but it's important to know its limitations. So, title insurance primarily protects against certain legal defects or issues with your property's title history, like liens, fraud, uh, and it doesn't cover physical aspects of your property such as boundary discrepancies. The city doesn't really care about the fence between you and your neighbors, and it doesn't cover unpermitted structures. Okay, so now let's talk about the downfalls of relying solely on title insurance. And I'm seeing agents offering title insurance instead of RPR. And I always ask, like, what's the reason for it, right? There's got to be a reason, maybe something they know it doesn't comply or whatever. But a lot of times it's, oh, my clients would rather provide title insurance so they don't have to go through the process of getting an RPR because it'll save them a few $100. Well, you're not doing it the seller any justice because we can encounter all these problems. And in my last couple of transactions where I represented the buyer, we did run into these problems. And it just created more stress for the seller, not necessarily the buyer, but more so on the seller side. So what is the stress of that all worth to you? Now, let's talk about the downfalls of relying solely on title insurance. If you skip the RPR process, you're potentially leaving your property vulnerable to hidden problems, unpermitted additions, boundary disputes, or structures not in compliance can lead to huge headaches during negotiations or even legal battles down the line. What I found lately was sellers were committing to providing an RPR with compliance unknowingly, and then finding out afterwards that they have to provide this, and they didn't have that done beforehand before they signed off on the sale. So buyers value transparency a lot. So you're better off knowing defects and disclosing it rather than going, well, I don't know if there's anything. Hopefully everything works out. Put yourself in the buyer's shoes. Would you offer what they're asking and taking the risk of the unknowns, or would you deduct for those unknowns? Chances are you're going to deduct for those unknowns, right? So how much is that going to cost? That's not a few $100s. That's typically thousands of dollars. So having transparency will actually save you more than the few $100s that you think you're going to save with offering title insurance. And while obtaining an RPR with compliance might involve upfront costs, now think of that as a an investment in the long-term stability of your potential sale. Preventing legal disputes and ensuring a hassle-free transaction can save you from spending significantly more on legal fees or repairs later on. So yes, obtaining permits and ensuring compliance might take a little bit of effort, but it's a proactive step that safeguards your property's value and your peace of mind. Remember, shortcuts might save a few $100s now, but they could cost you thousands later, and a lot of stress and hair pulling. So in the real estate world, we all know the effects of cutting corners. While title insurance has its place and it can be a great tool to get a transaction to come together, it's not a substitute for the confidence and transparency that an RPR will have for a buyer. So just put yourself in the buyer's shoes. Which option would you choose? As a seller, it is your responsibility to provide accurate and reliable information to potential buyers. If you found these insightful and valuable, don't forget to click that like button, subscribe, and that notification bell to stay informed about more essential real estate advice. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, making informed decisions in real estate sets the foundation for a successful and stress-free transaction. Until next time, take care and make wise choices. Bye for now.